Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to Bulls Field on Tauron as we get ready for Week 4 of the Colonial Football League. Kicking us off this week will be Gemenon and Tauron. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. I am Nate Lisco as we are excited to bring you Week 4 action, game number 1 of Week 4. There you see the teams shaking hands right now. Gemenon coming in a bit disappointed after their performance last week. They put in 4 goals against Tauron in Week 2, only able to find the back of the net once last week. There you see their ace striker Miroslav Klose. He will be looking to put the ball in the back of the net a little bit more this week. Tim Howard and Ezekiel Levetzi meet at midfield for the starting the coin flip. There you see the starting 11 for Tauron, same as it has been. Oh, here, Vorm in net, Peruzzi, Heitinga, and Elisiu in the back line. And here you see the starting lineup for Gemenon popping up on your screen. Tim Howard leads the Twins in net. See Van Ginkel, Routledge, Klose, Welbeck, all looking to try to find the back of the net a little bit more consistently here for Gemenon. Danny Welbeck has been on a tear the last couple weeks. He's got 3 goals in 2 weeks. So Gemenon will be leaning on him to score here today. There is the opening kickoff, and we are underway. The home Bulls of Tauron in the blue and gold striped jerseys. They will be moving left to right across your screen. Bergesio dribbles it into the box for Tauron. He's got Rossi. Rossi's onside. Here's a chance right off the bat. Howard comes out and makes a diving save. Didn't even let me get through my team introductions before we had the first chance here. The Twins of Gemenon in the gold jerseys with red shorts. They will be moving right to left across your screen. Padoan possesses it for the Twins of Gemenon. Has it taken off his feet. Rossi will pick it up at about midfield. He's got Levetzi up on the far side. Ezekiel Levetzi really came into his own last week for Tauron, finally getting as involved in the offense as I think Tauron wants him to be. As Cahill will dribble it up for Gemenon. Levetzi goes to ground, try to take it off his feet, completely whiffs. And now Cahill forward for Routledge. Good one-touch passing, gets the ball to Klose. Klose surrounded by a couple blue jerseys. He'll drop it for Van Ginkel, who wants to switch field. Now to the near side for Danny Welbeck. Welbeck with a nice little ball into space for Carlos Martinez. He's guarded by Peruzzi. Martinez trying to get a centering pass in. Padoan's on the back side of it. He tried to head it back out towards the semicircle, but it will be taken away by Tauron. Now chipped forward. Got another ball intended for Rossi. Good job on the head on the backside by Gemenon to make sure it never quite got into the zone. Park has it taken off of his feet. Pass forward now for Fogner and Gemenon. Here's Miroslav Klose trying to feed it forward for Routledge. Does eventually get it to him. Down for Danny Welbeck. A lot of blue jerseys back on defense, though, as Welbeck tries to get into the area. He dribbles right around him. Thought about cutting it back towards the middle. Probably should have stayed out and tried to center the ball in, as soon as he turned, he had a couple blue jerseys all over him. And they managed to get it out. Not all the way, though, as here comes Gemenon once again trying to get it back into the attacking third. Tauron still has yet to find the win column. They've also yet to find the loss column as well. 3 matches played, 3 draws for the Bulls of Tauron. It has not been for lack of trying. Other than Week 2 against Tauron, they have been in the lead near the end of the game and have just surrendered that game-tying goal late. They did the exact same thing to Gemenon in their Week 2 match, to Tauron rather, in their Week 2 matchup. Here's Gemenon trying to head it back in. Ball being volleyed back and forth in and out of the box with the head. Eventually Peruzzi sends it to Heitinga, and he will clear. Teams, like I said last week, starting to sort of settle down a little bit, find their own rhythm. As we are about a third of the way through the season here this week, as that's going to be centered towards the box and cleared away. Headed back in. Nobody in a blue jersey there on the back side of it, though, and it will be picked up by Gemenon. 11th minute, still scoreless here. Bulls Field on Tauron. the Gemenon Twins in town to take on the Tauron Bulls. Here's a ball forward for Pizzi, who's just offside. He looked like he was pretty... Oh, that's close. I think the official might have been looking at the defender nearest him, not the defender up by the official, because that was mighty close. It is offside in any event, so Tauron will take the free kick. Lavezzi dribbles it in towards the penalty area. He has a little bit of space, trying to get a centering pass, and eventually he'll just take the shot and hit it off the side netting. Boy, Lavezzi really looked like he wanted help there. He looked back towards the middle, looked like for somebody to pass it to. Nobody was there, so he decided to just take the shot and didn't really have a good angle to put it on net, sent it wide. Here is Routledge trying to dribble back towards the penalty area the other way. It's going to be cleared off the end line. Bad pass. Here's a turnover and a chance. Ball centered in, but Vorm off his line and able to reel it in. Bit of a dangerous moment there for Tauron. Fortunately for them, their keeper was up to the challenge. Glad you are with us here for week 4 here of the Colonial Football League. Got a great slate of action set for you today, including the current league leaders, number 1 and number 2, Libran and Aquarion, coming up a little bit later this afternoon, and that is match number 4 on our slate. Here's his chance for Rossi. Beautiful steal. He's going to get into the penalty area. He's got Cahill in front of him, has the shot, and Tim Howard, all he can do is deflect it out over the end line for a corner kick. Boy, that was a dangerous opportunity. It was a fantastic tackle by Rossi. Get the ball off the defender's feet. He had nothing but green space in front of him. Puts it on net, and the first save goes to Tim Howard, and it turns into a corner kick. Hit for Heitinga in the back of the box. Has the shot, and nice save. Tim Howard diving across his 6-yard area to pull it in. Man, if that fell to the feet of a striker, that might have been a different story, but Heitinga, the defenseman, was the first one to get a foot on it. Here's a chance now for Welbeck. He is past the defense. Ball got sent all the way through. Keeper's off his line, and Danny Welbeck will score another one for Gemenon. Welbeck has been on an absolute tear the past couple weeks. That is his third match in a row with a goal. As not quite sure what happened there for the defense for Tauron. Welbeck just snuck through everybody. The ball got played through. Nobody for Tauron was fast enough to get back to it, and Danny Welbeck has given his squad a 1-goal lead. Here is Ruben Amorim now for Tauron. Not the position they wanted to find themselves in early. Still a lot of time, though. Here's Bergesio. Dribbles through. Bergesio trying to tie it right here. Has the shot. Howard gets a hand on it to send it wide. So another Tauron corner kick upcoming here. Kind of maybe bad news depending on how that last corner kick went. Everybody was up forward for Tauron. Allowed Gemenon to sneak a ball through. Lavezzi will take the corner. He's going to curl one in towards Heitinga in the 6-yard box. That's headed out for Rossi. Rossi tries to hold the line and put it back on net, but he airmails one over the crossbar. Ball is played short for Gemenon. Padoan possesses. He gives it back to Van Ginkel. Tauron playing up a little bit here, trying to force a mistake, like the one that Rossi almost capitalized on a little bit earlier. Van Ginkel once again with it. So again, if you are just joining us, Danny Welbeck scores the opening goal for Gemenon. Long ball off of a corner kick that had the defense playing up for Tauron. Saw Welbeck just run past everybody, get one-on-one with the keeper, and put it down low for the goal. There's Padoan now trying to move it forward. He's got Routledge up on the top. Lavezzi will track him down and take it off his feet before any danger really builds out of that. There's Peruzzi moving forward now. Long ball forward looking for Bergesio. That's just going to sail over everybody. And easy pickup for Tim Howard right on his goal line. Tauron's second home match of the season. They were here last week as well after playing their first 2 on the road. Again, 3 draws for Tauron's record. One of only 2 teams in the league that doesn't have a win. Also one of only 2 teams in the league that doesn't have a loss. Sitting smack in the middle of the table are the Bulls. Looking for that first 3 points. Looking to double their season's point total in one Fell swoop here. They have some work to do if they want to do that, though, as they currently trail by 1. 22nd minute, Routledge down to Welbeck. Welbeck trying to sneak around Peruzzi. Good defensive stand there by Peruzzi to take it away. Cersei possesses for Tauron here on the near side touchline. He loses it to Pizzi. Now Welbeck. Nice little move around Peruzzi. Now sends Pizzi into space here on the near side. Trying to dribble it back towards the net. Gives it back to Welbeck. Welbeck crosses with the left. Padone is onside but can't put it on net. Oh, golden opportunity there. Had the yawning net in front of him. Looked like Vorm might have been able to get over and make a save, but regardless of where the keeper's positioned, first rule, it has to be to put that on net, and Padone failed on that account. Gemenon still with it, though, controlling possession here in the early going. Trying to make sure there are going to be no heroics from Tauron here as Padone dribbles it up. Lavezzi guarding him. Padone eventually will send it through, and the flag is going to go up. Looks like Routledge got caught a little bit far forward. There you see it by about half a step. He is offside. Crack work by the official up there on the far sideline. Maybe missed the first one, but was spot on with that one. Here's Carlos Martinez now for Gemenon, trying to move it forward. He's going to give it to Pizzi. Defensive line has really moved up here for Gemenon. They are really pressing their advantage. Welbeck trying to dribble in. Peruzzi makes another nice defensive stand on him and clears it away. As the Gemenon backline retreats a little bit, Cersei dribbles it up the near side touchline. Now for Bergesio. Long ball to the far side of the pitch for Lavezzi. He does get on the backside of it. He's being worked over by Fogner. Pass to the middle now for Rossi. Rossi dribbling into the penalty area. Dispossessed and cleared away. Good job of bending but not breaking there by the Gemenon back line. Here's Rubin dribbling it in now. Matuidi got a foot in there. Not all the way out though. Tauron's still with it. Rubin going to try again. He gives it to Bergesio. Bergesio makes one nice little move. Gives it off to Rossi. Rossi coming to the penalty area now. Has the shot and a goal. Boy, it looked like Tim Howard might have had a beat on that, but he beautifully bounced it off the off the upright rather, did Rossi. Didn't have the biggest window to shoot, but took what was given to him and put it in with the left. They say that the woodwork is the keeper's best friend. It was Tim Howard's enemy on that one, as it redirected the shot back into the back of the net, and we are tied at 1 apiece. Here's Fogner now. Exactly what Gemenon was trying to avoid, why they were playing that possession game. Do not let Tauron get any extended offensive possessions, because they will do that to you. It's going to be up to the box. Keeper punched it away. Dangerous punch by Vorm, but he is able to eventually control it. It looked a lot hairier, or that turned out to be a lot hairier than it looked like it was going to be. It looked like Vorm should have just been able to catch it on the first follow through, but he did eventually come away with it. Bad turnover. Routledge picks it up for Gemenon. Tauron will take possession back and send forward now for Bergesio. He's guarded by Cahill down in the corner. Cahill sticks a toe in. Knocks it out for a deep throw. Cersei looking to get a centering pass in here. Instead, he'll give it up to Amorim. Amorim wants to dribble into the penalty area, and Cahill will clear it. Be a little ambitious there. Bad pass, but Lavezzi again cannot put it back on net. Boy, dangerous moment there. There you see the shots. Tauron has really picked up the offense here in the last couple minutes. 8 shots to just 2 for Gemenon. Attempted chip back in. Will go over everybody's head. And Cahill will go back to pick it up for the Twins. He's going to send forward now for Welbeck, who can't get there. 1 apiece here. 34th minute here on Tauron. Glad you are with us here. Week number 4 of the Colonial Football League. The inaugural season of the CFL. There's Park. Has a little bit of space. Nice ball through to Lavezzi. Lavezzi is in the penalty area. Has the shot. Padoan got in front of it and blocked it back. Ball played back to Fagner now. I'll give it to Van Ginkel. Tries to send forward, but Lavezzi gets a chest on that. Pass it to Rossi. Rossi, nice little ball through the legs of the defender to Amorim. But one too many dribbles again from Amorim as he will lose possession. Here's Ruben. Bunch of white or yellow jerseys around him. And again, he will lose possession. Again, Gemenon's defense tackling very, very well where they need to have those tackles. As Welbeck comes across and takes it off of Amorim's feet. Both teams looking to break the ice here. Tied at 1 apiece. Tauron, no stranger to this position. Here's Cersei dribbling it forward. Martinez tries to take it off his feet. Cersei's still with it. Now dribbles around him trying to get to the corner. Still battling. Cersei will have it near the touchline. He's going to pass it off to Ruben. Ruben up to Bergesio. Now across to Rossi. Nice little one-touch tackle there by Cahill, and Klose will take it away. Haven't really said Miroslav Klose's name a ton yet today. He clears it away there. Tauron trying to bring it back in now. Long ball forward for Cersei. Gets a foot on it to Seto. He's going to try to center, keep her off his line, and Tim Howard able to go and smother that one. Had Bergesio on the other side of that cross if it could have got through, but Tim Howard made sure that it never got to him. Ball forward now for Park. He's going to give it to Rossi. Rossi wants to turn and dribble. So Bergesio has the shot and just misses the frame. I think Bergesio maybe tried to be a little bit too fancy there. If he just turns, he doesn't have to one-touch it like that. He has time to settle the ball. Instead, tried to hit it on the first or second touch and sent it sailing wide. Lavezzi goes to ground and once again comes up completely empty as Fagner just dribbles right past him. Luckily for Lavezzi, Ruben was able to pick it up there for Tauron. Approaching halftime here. 1 goal apiece. As that's just going to be played back to Howard. Goes down. Park's going to shoot it into the empty net. Tim Howard slipped, and the net was wide open for Park to put it back in. Talk about your unfortunate breaks for Gemenon. See, Tim Howard tried to clear it. He just trips over his own feet in an easy volley back towards the net for Park. At the end of a hockey game, the completely empty net as Tauron leads it 2-1 in the 42nd minute. It is a tough goal to recover from if you're Gemenon. Such a fluky goal. Pizzi dribbling forward now, but they will have to figure out a way as Pizzi will lose it. Van Ginkel picks it up at the midfield stripe for Gemenon. Ball up to Ruben. Ruben attempts to dump it. He will eventually get it back to the back line for ball was forward for Lavezzi. Never quite got to him, as that will be out for a Tauron throw. So, strange turn of events here, but it is 2-1 Tauron as we are about 30 seconds away from stoppage time. Assuming 2 or 3 minutes should be added on here. Ball back to Peruzzi. Danny Welbeck to his feet. 2 minutes is in fact the time added on. Routledge looking for something to do with it. Eventually sent forward, attempted to get it close, that never got to him. Tauron snuffed that up before it ever got going. As Ruben wants to bring it across now. He's got Bergesio. Bergesio forward to Cersei. Carlos Martinez tries to make the tackle. Cersei dribbles through it. Trapped down in the corner, and it will turn into a corner for Tauron. Cersei stands over it. Takes it short to Lavezzi. Lavezzi picked up by Routledge. Little fancy footwork to Amorim, top of the box. Amorim dribbles in. Padoan gets a foot on it to keep it away, and Martinez will just chip it upfield. Headed on and out, and a Tauron will keep possession for a throw here. Official looks like he's content to let them play out this offensive possession before blowing it. As Rossi dribbles back towards the semicircle, not trying to turn in. As that is going to be cleared away from the area, and that will do it for half number 1. Tauron, on a Park goal late in the half, has the 2-1 advantage as we head to the locker room. As we take a look at the highlights here from half number 1. First off, beautiful diving save by Tim Howard to start the game. Here's the Welbeck goal. Maybe got fouled a little bit, still managed to fight through it and put it in the back of the net. Another beautiful diving save by Tim Howard. It's unfortunate that he does have 2 goals in because he's playing a heck of a game right now. Here's that first goal by Rossi. Little unlucky by Howard, hit the post. And then here is the freebie. Howard slips, and it is a wide open net for Park to hit it to. One more look at that diving save to start the half. So, let's take a look here at the numbers from half number 1. 2-1 is your score. 11 shots by Tauron, 5 of them on net, just 2 shots for Gemenon. Tauron really took over that game in the later stages of half number 1. Really forcing Gemenon to play defense. They've won 3 corners as well. So that's going to do it here for half number 1. We're going to take a quick break and be back with half number 2 right after this. And we are ready to get back underway here. Gemenon will start half number 2 with possession. They are in the gold jerseys, red shorts, moving left to right across your screen for the remainder of this one. The home Bulls of Tauron, blue jerseys, yellow stripes, blue shorts. They will be moving right to left for the remainder of this match. And they currently lead it 2-1 off of a bit of a fluky goal, but they all count. Tim Howard attempting to clear the ball out of his box, just tripped over his own feet, and it was an easy empty netter for Park. Pizzi forward for Welbeck. Has it taken off his feet. Gemenon takes possession back though. Here's Pizzi trying to chip up for Welbeck now, who is onside. He's guarded by Heitinga. Welbeck trying to get it to the line. Center pass goes in and just sails over the crossbar. Tauron trying to get on the winning column for the first time this year. Gemenon trying to find that magic that allowed them to score 4 goals against Cancer a couple weeks ago. Offense has been a little bit stagnant since. Here's Padoan, forward for Routledge, never got there. Ruben picked it out. Routledge does a good job of tackling it back away though. Oh, close to had a ball, had to run through. For whatever reason, held onto the ball, and it's a turnover back to Tauron. That had goal written all over it if he passes it back towards the middle of the box there. There's Pizzi trying to bring it forward. He will dribble it straight out over the touchline. Goes to Bergesio on the far side. He will have it knocked out. There's Heitinga all the way down to the near side now for Lavezzi. Lavezzi working on Fagner. He goes down, and he will win the free kick. Dangerous position for a free kick as well. Cersei stands over it. 4-man wall in front of him. He's now joined by Lavezzi. Lavezzi tips it. Cersei has the shot, hits the wall, and it's going to be cleared away. There's Heitinga trying to bring it forward now. Wayne Routledge gets in front of that, and it will again be cleared out of the area. Said Gemenon only has 2 shots here in this match. Their offense has really stagnated since that match against Cancer 2 weeks ago. Here's Welbeck with it. Maybe a chance here. Trying to dribble in. Pull it back out towards the middle. He'll drop it for Padoan. Padoan has it taken off his feet, and Tauron will possess. Bergesio chips forward for Rossi. Rossi's going to be able to get on the backside of this one. Trying to dribble in. Matuidi got to it, but it will be another Tauron corner kick, their 4th of the contest. Pizzi curls one towards the penalty area. A couple heads get on and hit the post. I believe Borgesio took the shot and just slammed it straight into the upright. Throw into Tauron, and a very, very, very bad missed opportunity there. Borgesio looked like he had the entire net to hit it to and just somehow found the post with it. As Amorim chips forward for Lavezzi. Lavezzi not quite able to get there. He's quick, but he's not quite that quick. So it will be out for a goal kick. Padoan up to Van Ginkel. Now back down here near side to Fagner. Trying to send Klose. We've got a whistle. And I believe Klose may have been offside. Not in the shot when the ball was hit, and the lines look quite close to each other by our computer. But the official saw him as offside. There's Borgesio now. Up top to Cersei. Trying to dribble in. Carlos Martinez stuffs that one out. Cersei's still fighting, but Martinez will win the throw. Throws it up the touchline for Pizzi. Pizzi wants to make a run here. They're going hard in. Finally picked up by Amorim. Turn around him. Tries to get it to Welbeck. Peruzzi steps up for Tauron, but he's not able to complete the pass. So it will be back to Gemenon with the throw. Danny Welbeck will throw it in for the Twins. Here's Van Ginkel. Gemenon just trying to mount any sort of offense here. Here's maybe a chance. Padoan not going to be able to get their Vorm. Sensing a little bit of danger, comes off his line and picks it up. Long ball booted forward here. Pizzi will track it down and pass it back to Howard. A bit more solid with the footing on the clearance that time for Howard. Van Ginkel hits the deck, no whistle. And Moram will go track it down for Tauron. There's the ball up to Pizzi now. Gemenon desperately trying to figure something out. As that will be out over the touchline for, I believe, a Geminese throw. Credit Tauron's defense. They have been extremely solid. Their midfield play has been very, very good. As Pizzi tries to dribble up the far touchline, instead he's forced to turn it back to the middle. Here's Van Ginkel now. Dribbling in, ball for Klose. Klose desperately needs to take a shot at some point here, but he has it poked away before he can even think about it. As Park has it taken off his feet, coming back the other way. Now they're tackled in the middle by Ruben, and now Tauron wants to run. Ruben's going to have Rossi here on the near side, needed to send that ball into space a little bit farther, but Rossi will still be in possession of it regardless. He's going to turn now back to the middle, and Fagner steps up and makes a nice defensive play. Here's Welbeck. Immediately loses it back to Peruzzi. That's what I'm talking about for Tauron. 2 touches maybe for the Geminese attack, and then all of a sudden the ball is right back in Tauron's possession. That's a long ball back to the middle of the pitch for Park. Park working around Cahill. Sends Borgesio in the middle. Borgesio able to hold on to it, and the shot just goes wide. Just not quite able to curl it inside that near post. Let's take one more look at it. Shot sails just wide. So Howard gets ready to put it back into play here. 65th minute. 2-1. Tauron leads it over Gemenon. The game-winning goal right now is Parks. There's Routledge trying to come forward. He'll give it off. Headed back for Welbeck. Welbeck sees 3 blue jerseys in front of him, so he will pass it off to Routledge. Nice sliding challenge there by Ruben. Takes it away. Ball down to Lavezzi. Down to Ruben. Trying to chip forward. It's going to be headed back. Ruben will take it right back. There you see Peruzzi with 6 tackles. Has been Tauron's best defender here today. He's made a number of fantastic stops. Here's Fagner chipping forward for Padoan. If Padoan can get there, they have something, but Padoan not quite quick enough to track that one down. Tauron is okay with that. Get the goal kick, get a little more time off the clock. Given the way that things have transpired this year for Tauron, I don't think they're necessarily going to be sitting back and playing a defensive game at this point, but never hurts to run a little bit of time off the clock anyways. Here's a chip forward for close. Flag goes up. Clearly offside that time. Again, another chance for Tauron to waste a little bit of time on the free kick. Eliseu boots it forward. Immediately picked up by Gemenon. Here's a chance. Welbeck forward for Klose. Klose had a stop. Welbeck's through ball wasn't wonderful. Klose had a stop to settle it. And that little hesitation, just enough time for Tauron to get back. Morim now. As Tauron will control it on their back line. Now chip forward. So not really anybody in particular, just trying to get it out of the zone. We will succeed in running a little bit more time off the clock, though, as Martinez has to go track that down in the out-of-bounds area. We will throw it back for Cahill. Cersei intercepts the forward pass. Here's Park now. Park had one more pass if he wanted it. He's still with it. Looking for another one maybe here is Park. Pass to Rossi in the middle. Rossi dribbles it back, right back down here to the near side. Now wide to Lavezzi, who's going to dribble it back in. Lavezzi looks like he wants to turn and shoot. Hits the crossbar. Still not out of the box, but Martinez looks like he will be able to possess it. That is the second time this match that Tauron has hit the post. Boy, if Gemenon does manage to come back and tie this, or potentially even take the lead, those are two very good opportunities that have been wasted by the woodwork. There's a chip now for Welbeck. Welbeck is onside, but he's not going to be able to track it down. Good idea, and a couple of those balls through have been very good ideas, just the execution, touch lacking from Gemenon. Here's Pizzi. Has it taken off his feet. Ruben coming forward. Gives it to Amorim. Miroslav Klose will track it down and keep it in here on the near side touchline. Looks for Routledge. They will once again swing it out wide now for Fagner. 75th minute. Nice little spin move by Fagner. Too many blue jerseys in the area, though, as Lavezzi comes away with it. He's going to chip one forward, trying to send Rossi, I believe. Never quite got there, as Tim Howard easily just going to come pick that one up. The time ticking away on Gemenon here. 15 minutes plus stoppage time left to play. Still plenty of time to score a goal, but maybe a little bit of panic time going to be setting in here soon. Here's Park. You definitely can't allow another one in here as Rossi tries to dribble through the defense. Didn't get there, but Ruben's going to pick it up on the backside for Tauron. Padoan with a nice stop, but Amorim keeps it alive now for Tauron. Good backside help for the Bulls. Anytime the ball gets taken off of somebody's feet, there is a teammate there to pick them up. Little move by Amorim around his defender. He's into the penalty area. He's through everybody, has the shot, and sends it wide. Another decent opportunity. There you see it. Fancy dribbling, just not so fancy on the finishing for Amorim. Tim Howard didn't really have to move at all. 78th minute. Again, the Bulls lead it by one. Howard with a big boot upfield. He picked out by Tauron. Ball down to Lavezzi. Trying to dribble around his man. Give it back to Ruben. Ruben for Park. Up to Cersei now on the far side. Nice sliding challenge by Pizzi. Takes it off of Park's feet. .10 minutes and change here left to play. Tauron trying to hold on to this advantage and get their first win in front of their home fans. Here's Park. Has it taken off of his feet. Cahill will eventually possess it for Gemenon. The Twins desperately trying to avoid falling to the bottom of the table here, which is what a loss would more than likely do for them, as they would fall to 1-3 on the season. Here's Routledge. Nice little ball through to Welbeck. Here's a chance. Welbeck is behind the defensive line. Dribbles it into the box. Good catch-up speed on the backside there by Peruzzi to go stomp that one out. He's going to clear it up for Borgesio. Gives it to Rossi. Rossi going to return it. He does. Borgesio's not going to be able to track that down, though. Tim Howard's going to come pick it up. Once again, brilliant idea. Just a slightly bit lacking on the execution. Ball forward from Gemenon is going to be picked up by the Bulls. Peruzzi will bring it up. Here's Danny Welbeck trying to move forward. 8 minutes left to play here. Pace needs to be picked up a little bit by Gemenon. Tauron doing a good job of dictating that pace, though. Making sure Gemenon's not really able to get anything going forward. Here's a Morum. Takes it off the feet. He's going to maybe have another chance. Van Ginkel comes back as the last chance defender to take it away. Here's Welbeck. Again, Gemenon trying to march forward here. Gives it off to Padoan. Padoan guarded by Rubin. A little bit of hand checking. No whistle from the ref. Here's Closa. Closa chips it back to Pizzi. Pizzi trying to dribble around. He's going to dribble into the area. And Tauron chips it forward. Not really cleared. Martinez will pick it up for Gemenon. Martinez still with it. Trying to find an opening. Drops it for Routledge. Routledge tries to chip forward for Van Ginkel. Tauron picks it out. And will eventually not clear. Closa blocks the clearance. Gives it back to Van Ginkel. He's going to dribble in. Now back towards the middle. Turns, has the shot. Got deflected and eventually cleared. And Morum loses it to Welbeck, though. Not all the way out. Here's Van Ginkel again. Dribbling in towards the area. Van Ginkel has it taken off his feet by Rossi. Goes down in the box. Fails to draw the penalty, and Padoan trying to hold that line. Airmails one high. And Routledge will check out. Gomez will check in. Late substitution for Gemenon. Trying desperately to get that tying goal. Trying to steal a point here. There you see the keeper line. 8 saves by Howard. Just 3 for Vorm. Gemenon's picked up the offense a little bit here in the second 45, but not enough to score what would be the tying goal, at least not yet. Throw-in taken by Cersei. Gives it off to Borgesio. Back to Cersei. Nice little move around Pizzi there. Pizzi does manage to get back and make the defensive play. Not all the way out of the zone, though. As Tauron still pressing. Here's Cahill. He gives it up to Martinez. Gemenon has to think of moving this ball forward here as we are just about to start stoppage time. 30 seconds plus stoppage time left, as nice little sliding challenge there by Rubin. There will be 3 minutes of stoppage time added here in half number 2. It is 3 minutes for Gemenon to try to equalize. Welbeck trying to do it all by himself. Dribbles through. Actually manages to get through the defense relatively cleanly. Tries to turn it back to the middle, and Peruzzi managed to pick up the slack and get back. Park not able to keep it in on the far side touch. Here's a ball forward now for Closa. Would have been a foul play on, says the official. Closa gives it off to Martinez on the far side. Martinez dribbles it back to Padoan. Time very much winding down here on Gemenon now. Padoan turns, has it taken off his feet, and one clearance probably will earn the whistle here for Tauron. Lavezzi moves around his defender, back to Rubin in the middle. Rubin dribbling up now towards the far side of the pitch. just trying to kill this clock. He gives it to Cersei. Back over to Park. Park to Bergesio. Slowly moving forward here, our Tauron. Again, not really concerned about the score, just concerned about finishing off the clock. And there is the final whistle. Tauron finally manages to find themselves in the victory column. They take a 2-1 victory over the Twins of Gemenon. So here are your final numbers from Tauron's victory over Gemenon. 17 shots by Tauron. They really piled on. Only 6 of them on net, though, so accuracy may be something they want to work on in training this week. Gemenon held possession for a little bit longer than Tauron. Didn't really feel like it, but according to the numbers they did, Tauron winning 4 corners as well. So that's going to do it here for match number 1. Be sure to stay tuned for our next one, Sagittarion and Leonis, coming up next. You do not want to miss that. So we will be back here in a couple minutes with match number 2 here in week 4.